Hey everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for joining me on these sessions where you get to practice with me. Today's video is a really great beginner's yoga practice. It also has the added benefit of relieving anxiety and any sort of stress. Really, all yoga is mildly therapeutic for anxiety or stress because yoga tunes you into the inner space. Once you experience the truth of the inner being, all your worries and stress, well, they kind of fade away. So we'll create the sacred space of that inner journey by placing the hands gently together. Inhale. Exhale the sound Om. Om. Gently let your hands drop down. Now, one of the biggest sources of anxiety for myself, I've suffered from both anxiety and panic attacks in my past, has been the story that I would tell about reality. You know, if you experience the world around you and you skew a little bit negative, like sometimes when I think about my memories from the past, I remember the bad times more than the good times. And some people skew overly positive, and sometimes that can also be delusional. Maybe they're in a better mood than I am anyway. So the idea with using the mind and the inner journey is that we want to be neither skewing positive or negative. We want to be truthful. We want to remain objective and clear. So this sort of objective mind is the meditative mind, is the equanimous mind, and this is the tool that we need to really go into the inner journey so that what you experience is simply what you experience. We'll start off cultivating the equanimous mind with 10 breaths. And we'll do this by taking a comfortable seated position, so maintain your comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. For these 10 breaths, don't change your posture. Bring your attention inside your nostrils, along your upper lip and on your nose. Steady your mind. Let the body be a reflection of that inner stillness. And then saying to yourself 10 in as you inhale and 10 out as you exhale, we'll count backwards from 10. Keep the mind concentrated inside the nostrils. 10 in, 10 out. Nine in, 9 out. 8 in. 8 out. 7 in. 7 out. 6 in. 6 out. 5 in. 5 out. 4 in. 4 out. 3 in. 3 out. 2 in. 2 out. 1 in. 1 out. Gently allow your eyes to open, maintaining the calm and equanimous mind, letting your breath be just as it is. You may have noticed yourself breathing deeply or not so deeply. You may have noticed your breath to be heavy or not or light. So just let the breath be. The tool of those 10 deep breaths you can take with you anywhere. You don't need to be strong or flexible or any shape or size. All you have to do is take 10 breaths out of your life to focus on the inner journey, and you'll notice a qualitative shift in your awareness. So if you find yourself at that moment where life's feeling a little stressful, 10 deep breaths, start there. And let that be the beginning of the inner journey. Having that as the basis, start off by placing the big toes towards each other and opening the knees. And then exhale as you come down onto the elbows. We'll just relax through the inner thighs. There are a couple of different places that sort of anxiety and tension sort of live. Anxiety and tension lives, for me, definitely in my inner thighs and in my shoulders. But something about the inner thighs for me is really kind of a killer. So we'll take this sort of open child's pose. It's kind of like a forward fold squatting position. To sink down, I want you to reach forward and rest your chin down. Reach forward, keeping the belly drawn in. You can rest your chin or your forehead down if you want to. You can gaze forward towards your fingers. We'll stay here for 5 breaths, being conscious of the breath. 1, belly sucks in. Try not to activate the thighs. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come up onto your elbows. Slowly bring the knees together and gently step back all the way on your belly. Come up onto the elbows. Cobra position for 5 breaths. Roll the thighs in. Inhale. Lift the ribs up off of the ground. Gaze gently forward. Kneecaps up. 1. Steady your breath. 2, 3, 4. The mind is calm and equanimous, just like you were watching those 10 breaths. Just watch the body with that same equanimous inner focus. 3, 4. Keep the belly drawn in. Press from the elbows. Think about creating space between the ribs and the hips. 4 and 5. Gently place the knees down. Soften down. Bring your knees forward. Inhale. Exhale. Child's pose again. This time the knees together in child's pose. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation, softening down. Don't force anything too hard. Inhale, lift your head, and lift the right arm, and exhale, thread it gently through so you can roll through the upper body. 1, 2, 3, soften your shoulders down with each breath. 4 and 5. Inhale, bring the right hand back. Exhale, stabilize for a moment. Then inhale again and exhale, thread your left arm through, stretching that right arm forward. 1, 2, just nice and easy. 3, 4, and keep it real soft. Allow yourself to just tune into the inner body. 4 and 5. Come on back to the center. Child's pose again for a moment. Turn your mind gently inward. Calm, deep inhalation. Calm, deep exhalation. Then curl your toes under and inhale, downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders open, suck the belly in. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch the gaze between the hands and inhale, come forward to the plank pose, pressing up from your shoulders. 1, move the shoulders a little forward. Keep it real, calm, and steady. 2, 3, 4, And exhale, let's go all the way down to the ground. And it was an easy version of Chaturanga Dandasana. Point your toes back behind you. Lift the ribs up and forward and lift your legs off the ground. 1, just nice and easy. 2, 3, 4, and try not to compress the back, but think about lifting your ribs away from the hips. And then slowly open your feet so you can lift the legs just a little higher. Take your fingers, interlock them above your butt, and then inhale, lift again, reaching the hands back. 1, this helps relieve the shoulders. 2, and open the front body. A lot of times when we feel anxiety or stress, our front body gets real closed and protected. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale down, curl the toes under. And then place the knees down, inhale. Exhale, child's pose again. Soften through the back. 2, 3, 4. And come on up. Placing the knees hips width apart. Draw the belly in and inhale. Take your hands to your waist. Stay here for a few moments. Draw the belly deeply in. Inhale, lift the ribs away from the hips. And exhale, place your thumbs right on your sacrum and press the sacrum up and forward, rolling the shoulders forward. And let's just look down as we really lengthen through the front body. Don't be in any rush to try to do a back bend too soon. We'll just stay here nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. Steady your breath. 4. And exhale. Let's sink down for a moment. Gently your hands in prayer. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Now, if that was challenging for you, I want you to repeat that movement just for some gentle back bends. But if you felt like that you had a little more space in your body, we'll reach all the way back to a pose called Ustrasana position. Inhale, come up onto the knees. Exhale, hands to the waist. Stabilize with the knees so you really feel it. The knees are about that hips width apart. And then inhale, lift the ribs away from the hips and make sure you lift on the sides too. Roll the fingers back to your sacrum, and then slowly exhale as you fold through, keeping the butt muscles soft. Squeeze your thighs a little towards each other. Exhale, dangle the arms back, reach down, heels of the hands onto the heels of the feet. Roll the shoulders forward, soften the butt muscles, squeeze your thighs towards each other. 1, lift and open the heart center. 2, deep steady breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come on forward, picking it back up. Exhale, knees together, pause for a moment, hands in prayer. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Do it one more time. Inhale, come up onto your knees. Move the ribs away from the hips. Stabilize for a moment. Exhale, thumbs to the sacrum. And remember, you can stay here if you find it challenging. You never want to feel any pinching in the back. We're just rolling through the body, stimulating the nervous system, and retraining your nervous system that when it gets stimulated in poses like back bending, that all is good, that you're able to remain equanimous, that it's neither good nor bad. It's just energy rolling through the body so that you can be peaceful amidst challenging situations. Inhale, lift the ribs away from the hips, and exhale, Ustrasana position, which is the camel pose. The camel pose, again, is a very therapeutic posture that treats low back pain and will help you actually create space through all of the intervertebral discs as long as you think about lifting the ribs away from the hips. Now, if you feel comfortable in this pose, inhale, lift your right arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's place it down. Exhale, stabilize. Belly draws in. Inhale, left arm up. 1, 2, gaze towards your nose tip. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale down, stabilize before you come up. Really draw the belly in and inhale. All the way up for a moment. Exhale, bring your knees together. Pause for a moment, hands in prayer. Draw the belly deeply in. And as you're here, I want you to round your back under. Suck in the low belly, all right? And then hands next to the shins, so don't take them too far forward, next to the shins. Press from the shoulders, keeping your toes on the ground. Inhale, activate from the core, and we'll stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2. Second source of anxiety that kind of comes from life is kind of feeling like you're not strong enough. So when we add in these little core movements, I want you to roll your shoulders a little forward, squeeze the knees together. You train your body and your mind that you're strong enough. Have faith in yourself that you can take it. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. So that you're strong enough to meet life, to meet the challenge of life without losing your spiritual center. 4 and 5. Let's sink it down. We're going to do that one more time. And then slowly, eventually, after maybe a few years of practice, both of those feet are going to come off the ground. Don't rush it. This is a pose called Lolasana that took me a few years to really get. So here we go. Hands down, knees together, press from the shoulders. Inhale, lift the knees. 1, 2, slowly move the shoulders forward. 3, squeeze the knees together, and then push from the shoulders. 4, lean forward and try to get those feet off the ground. And 5, exhale down. That was hard. Now don't rush, don't judge yourself. Take the hands, step them forward. Exhale, plank. And this time we're going to see if we can hold Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Pause in downward facing for a couple breaths. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. One more time, deep inhale and deep exhale. Roll your left foot outward. Inhale, step your right foot forward and right knee over the ankle. Pause for a moment, sucking the belly deeply in. Hands in prayer. Let's hold it here for a couple breaths. Press back with your left leg. 1, 2, 3, belly draws in. 4, lift the ribs away from the hips and reach up to the ceiling. Again, stabilize, nice and steady. 1, gaze up towards the thumbs. 2, 3, 4, and back to the center. Exhale, hands down. Spin the left toes forward. Inhale, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Turn that right foot out, left foot in. Pause for a moment. Pause for a moment as you press down through the back right leg. Belly draws in, hands in prayer. Get your legs real stable underneath you. You want to feel the legs as your foundation. Helps keep your mind real grounded and calm. Inhale, hands above the head. 1, press back through the right leg. 2, let that bring you up through your center line. 3, 4, and 5. Back in, hands down, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. From downward facing dog, switch the gaze forward. Inhale, step the left foot, and then the right foot forward. Come onto your fingertips and sink down into your knees, squeezing the knees together. Make sure the base of the big toes is touching. And then inhale, bring your hands in prayer. 5 breaths. So getting the legs nice and juicy. You want to feel them burn. And then just like you're accepting situations in your life that you can't control, you let them burn peacefully and calmly with a compassionate heart and a calm and equanimous mind. 4, we're almost there to the next stage, not done. And 5, inhale, arms up. 1, if your thighs are burning, let them burn bravely. 3, 4, and 5, you made it. Take your hands down to the ground, fold forward as you exhale down. Don't worry if you didn't fold forward very deeply. Just suck the belly in and slowly it'll happen. Sucking the belly deeply inside. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Hold it there for a moment. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Switch your gaze forward. Right foot and left foot. Suck it deeply in. And exhale, gently roll all the way down. Relaxing the feet, relaxing the hands. And as we're here, We'll practice again that movement into the meditative, mindful awareness of the breath. Counting backwards from 10, 10 in, 10 out. 9 in, 9 out. 8 in, 8 out. 7 in, 7 out. 6 in, 6 out. 5 in, 5 out. 4 in, 4 out. 3 in, 3 out. 2 in, 2 out. 1 in, 1 out. Slowly, with a few drops into the inner world, begin to reawaken your newly refreshed body and mind by wiggling the fingers and toes. A little movement through the hands and the feet. A little movement through the hands and the feet. Bend the knees and the elbows. Pause. Reflect on the feeling that you're okay. You know, everything is good. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. Trust the intelligence of the universe. Trust the intelligence of your body. Trust that everything's all right. Hug your knees into your chest. Give a little rock. Roll over onto the side. Suck the belly in. And inhale. Come on up. And after you come up to a comfortable seated position, just pause for a moment and reflect on the qualitative change in your body, so that as the mind turns inward, you're able to listen to the inner voice of wisdom. And that voice of wisdom always sits in the center of your heart. Take time each day to listen for that voice, and it will speak to you. And it will tell you the truth that everything is okay, that you're okay exactly as you are, that your whole life has been unfolding exactly as it should be, that really there are no mistakes in the journey of life, and that you're learning each moment that you get on your mat, and you're translating those lessons into your life so that you can slowly live a more peaceful life. And every time you feel a sense of anxiety or a sense of worry, just pause for a moment and take 10 deep breaths and remember, I'm okay. Everything is okay. All is good. There is a benevolent and powerful force that guides the universe, and that force is filled with the vibration of love. And you're included in that. So that infinite, unconditional love that is divine is always accessible to you through the wisdom of the heart. I hope you're inspired to tune in every day to that wisdom and ultimately let it be the guiding force of your life. Move your hands gently together. Thank you so much for letting me be your guide on the inner tradition of yoga. Namaste.